So, Kat, hello. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm real excited to get to know the real that RPG chick.
Yeah, I'm still, figuring out who that is. So we'll see how that
Fair
goes.
enough.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about that RPG chick. What can you tell me about that name? Tell me why you're that RPG chick.
Well, you've known me since what, Catherine Ann 97 or like Girl Squad Catherine.
Yep.
I've had a few different handles on twitch.tv. I landed on that RPG chick because some friends and I started a Dungeons and Dragons channel where we play D&D like all the time, and I got really into it and I really like the RPG style of game. So I kind of just made that my brand, I
Ran with it there.
guess.
It's okay, so it's because you like RPG style games. You're that RPG
Very
chick.
nice. Yes.
I like it. I like it. I imagine people like talking about it as though, yeah, have you seen that RPG chick? And like they're trying to come up with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. That's what it
Yeah.
makes. That's what it reminds me of. I was curious. I figured it was because of Dungeons and Dragons, or I mean, you play also Baldur's Gate, right? You did that
Hmm.
for quite a bit. I think Hades too.
Yes.
These are
I'm
all
I'm
RPG
still doing
style games.
Hades. I love Hades. It's very fun. Yeah.
I've watched a bit of it. It looks like the kind of thing that I might be able to get through half of, and then I don't know.
I mean,
It looks
it's
fun, but it
it's
looks
definitely worth
rough.
a try if you're into like the whole like Greek mythology type stuff. Plus, like all the character design, every single character in that game is attractive.
A little bit like Breath of the
um,
Waifu.
a little bit, yeah. I did play that game for a little bit too. I couldn't get like fully into it though. I don't know, but yeah, I do like to play RPGs, and it's also funny when I'm playing a game that isn't an RPG. People like to give me shit for it. It's like, yeah, I do like RPGs, but doesn't mean that's the only thing that I play.
Yeah, you're a more of a variety stream, if you want to call it that. You're more of a variety
Yeah.
streamer. You don't really stick to any one game.
Hmm.
What are some of the more recent like exciting games that you've picked up? Because Hades, you mentioned.
Yes. I just started a playthrough of Life is Strange 2 on my channel. It's not an RPG. It's more of kind of like a, what's the term for it?
I'm not familiar.
Um it's an episodic kind of choice-based game where like the decisions you make in game affect the ending.
Okay.
Um
Is it
it's
like
very
a
story driven, very character driven.
I can't even think of one is it Until Dawn? Like Until
Kind
Dawn?
of,
Is it kind
yeah.
of like that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I know the format. I'm actually
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not familiar with Life is Strange. Is that the one with the photo class that you played through? Because you played through
The
something
first
like
one,
that.
yeah. The first one is, yeah.
Okay, then
It's
I know
like,
Life is Strange.
yeah, I did a playthrough of the first Life is Strange when I first like started streaming at the very beginning. Because I'd seen a playthrough of it on like multiple playthroughs of it on YouTube. Probably like Markiplier and like Jacksepticeye, the big names.
Okay,
Um, and I'd always wanted to play it, so I was like, I'm gonna do it, and it was fun.
that's awesome.
Mm.
That's awesome. So you say that was kind of a while ago when you first started streaming. How long have you been streaming on Twitch?
I started streaming in this past May 2020.
May of 2020. Okay,
Hmm.
very cool.
That long,
That
but
long. Getting coming up on a year.
yeah, it's about.
We're coming up on a year. How long have you been affiliated for? Do you remember?
I think my first affiliate stream was like June,
June-ish.
like early June.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Um, what? Not stream wise per se. What's the first game that you remember playing? What's the first video game memory you have?
Oh gosh. It's probably Pokemon Yellow on like the old Game Boy.
Like Game Boy
Um
Color?
yeah, like my cousin gave his old Pokemon Yellow to my brother, and I think like he had like a shiny Mewtwo or something, and my brother reset the game save and like lost
Oh no.
that Pokemon. And like my brother like talks about, he's like, I'll never forgive myself for that. Because that's a rare game. It's like the like one of the original Pokemon games.
Yeah, yeah. I know what it looks like. I've never played it personally, but I've seen it. A bunch of my friends were into the Game Boy Pokemon games as well, so I've seen
Yeah,
those cartridges. Yeah, from what I understand, that's one of the hard ones to get these
it's
days.
one of the bigger ones. It was like, I don't know. I was a big Pokemon nerd when I was younger. I never got into like the card trading part of it, but I played like all like the video games that came out.
See, I got into the cards, and then we wanted to watch the TV show, and we got to watch like I don't know 2 or 3 episodes, and then my mom heard the word evolution and was like, mm "Not in my house."
What?
No more
Seriously?
Pokemon after that. Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, we we were we were young, and my parents were like relatively new Christian people, so like confusion and
Mm,
how do we raise children kind of, which I guess every parent probably has, but yeah.
hopefully, her thinking has evolved.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, that's another story for another time. Back to games.
Hmm.
What is the first game that got you like really super hooked? Like you just always wanted to be playing that game.
I mean, default answer is Pokemon. It was like like one of those games that I would like hide my Game Boy under my pillow when it was time to go to bed. And like it was before the Game Boys were like backlit, so we had like this
Yeah,
special little like
the little worm light. It was like a street
yeah,
lamp for
like a
your Game
little
Boy.
tiny lamp that you would just like put on so you could sit there in the dark and just like play Pokemon. But yeah,
I
it was
remember
like
that.
always the game that I played. And then my brother and I, we had a PlayStation 2, and we would just like play. Um, there was this one like mountain bike racing game that we would play all the time. I don't remember what it was called, but we would play it together all the time. And then like, um, there was some sort of James Bond game that we'd play too.
Oh, James Bonds. All the James Bonds were always so good.
Yeah, it
I
was it
remember
was
those.
a good time. But yeah, a lot of my video game memories include my brother.
And your brother is Darth Brennan,
Hmm.
who
Yeah,
is also a streamer on Twitch, and actually a buddy of mine as well. Which
yeah, yeah.
luckily that I had met you, I got to meet your brother too.
I know. I love that like he's gotten to know you guys like I've gotten to know you guys. I mean, we bonded over different video game experiences. It was back in the Fortnite days when I would play with you guys all the time.
Yep.
And he hops on Tarkov with you guys a lot, I think. I don't
Oh
get
yeah.
Tarkov.
Oh,
I don't
it's
get
it's hard to get into and exponentially harder to get out of.
Hmm.
I watched it a few times before I got into it, and I was like, yeah, this is all right. And then once I got into it, it was just like that's all I ever think about.
I
I
call
even
it
got Sarah addicted to it.
yeah, it's a inventory management simulation game with an FPS minigame.
I heard someone the other day say, "Yeah, Tarkov. It looks like fun with extra steps."
Yep.
I thought, yeah, that's pretty
Sounds
that's pretty
accurate.
pretty accurate. What made you want to be a content creator, Miss Cat?
I don't really know. All my friends doing it, and I was like, I want to try. So I
That's a
did.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah. I feel like Bert Seaglass actually had a big influence on me when it comes to content creation. Just because he was like the first streamer community that I like really built good friendships and relationships with people. And like Bert always has just such a good energy and like interacts with chat and talks and like plays games with his viewers and everything. It's just like Bert's just an awesome dude.
Yeah.
So um I try to emulate his energy sometimes, but he's uh,
He's just a big
on
old
another
goof.
level, honestly.
I
Love
I
that guy.
I agree with that. That's really the first place that I kind of started feeling like I was part of, a gaming community
Mm-hmm.
versus, watching some of the larger, high number chats where you don't really I don't feel like I really interact with anyone there. It was like, in Seaglass's channel we would all talk to each other and then play games together while we're watching Bert and then all play together with Bert. It was a really good time. That's cool that Bert an impact on making you want to stream.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. Do you remember, Kat? We talked about sometime in May. Do you remember the actual date of your first go live?
I could check my email. I feel like it.
Okay,
Hold on.
what about instead of the actual date? Like we don't necessarily need the numbers, but do you remember what was going on in your mind when you hit go live for the first time? Were you nervous?
I was. I feel like it wasn't the first stream I ever did was kind of like a get to know me kind of stream. I didn't have a webcam at the time. Um and I was just like I didn't think I streamed for that long. It was maybe like
Mm-hmm.
hour and a half. I played The Sims 4 and I just made myself in The Sims and just like chilled with chat and told stories and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was really all I did. And a lot of the people that were chilling and chatting with me were people that I'd met before and like I was like, "Hey guys, I'm streaming. Come hang out." So I wasn't too bad. I get more nervous when there's like people that I haven't met before that come into my stream cuz like, first impressions and obviously there's creepy people on the internet.
Right. Right. the well,
I've had
that's something that I haven't really gotten to discuss with anyone here yet. Uh, what it's like to be a girl gamer and to be a girl streamer. That's got to be different. I think there are probably different challenges that come with that. Do you do you
yeah.
have do you have what do I don't know. Do we have time to go through it all to unpack all that?
I mean there's kind of a lot to it. It's I'm always afraid that people are going to give me a hard time because I am a girl and I'm playing video games and like I'm not the best at video games. It's like I never I didn't start streaming because I felt I had like top like god tier gameplay to show off. I started streaming because I enjoy chatting with people on the internet and getting to know people and honestly, I have a lot of social anxiety, so I find it easier to talk to people on the internet than it is in person. Like a lot of really good friends that I've made have been on the internet.
Yeah.
And like I've had, you know, it actually hasn't been too bad, but like I haven't like I'm more afraid like if my stream does get more exposure that I'm going to be harassed more. Because like more recently there was someone that came into one of my streams and he like joined my Discord and he like tried to add me on Twitch and on Discord on two different accounts and I was like, dude, I don't know you. I'm not gonna add you. Like and it's stuff that, like, personally, I've, like, experienced harassment from an ex-boyfriend that has kind of been an unpleasant experience, so it's like just not something that I want to experience again.
Right. Have you had many like creeps in your streams, or I mean,
Yeah,
I know you have at least a couple of mods. Your mod team is, you know,
I have a
consists
few
of
mods.
great
One of my
people.
mods is in your chat right now, Becca Red Raven. um, but it's hard to have a mod that's always in chat, like,
For
just
sure.
because everyone has their own stuff going on, and like sometimes I just end up moderating my own chat. It hasn't gotten super crazy yet to where
Well,
I
that's
need to
good.
just like auto mod someone just to take care of things. But there have been a few people that have like sent me whispers and like
Just creeped you out a little bit.
um yeah, there have been people just, why do you think it's okay to pop into someone's chat or DMs and say stuff like that? Like, what about me makes you think you can say that to me?
That's a
I don't
good
know.
question. That's a good question. I have no idea. I can't I can't imagine it because I'm on the opposite side. I've never really seen that. That's not something that I think like ladies do to like guy streamers very often. I'm sure it has happened, but I don't think it's very prevalent. It's definitely something that goes the other way. That
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You're there on the internet. It's doable. But why not? Well, because you should probably just be an upstanding person. But
Yeah, like
I,
just because I'm like broadcasting onto the internet doesn't mean I'm welcoming that kind of attention.
yeah, and I think that's something that some people don't understand. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad to know it hasn't gotten like ridiculous and out of hand, but you know, even just happening in the first place, it still, you know, highlights the issue that people do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know, I'm glad you've got your mod team, you've got yourself, which I mean, you're just a badass lady, so like
Thanks.
get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, you're right with it's not always possible to have a mod in chat all the time, or you know, able to focus on modding all the time because everybody's, you know, got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll be honest, I forgot where I was going with that.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. I
um,
mean,
I just we all like you so much, and we don't want people to be creeps to you. So thanks,
I
you
appreciate
know,
that.
thanks for sharing that with me, though. You know, talking about the differences between what I've experienced and what you've experienced.
Yeah. And I don't think like gender always has everything to do with it, but I do think the fact that I am a woman kind of increases the chance of it happening to me. But
Yeah, I'd reckon.
it's tough existing as a woman sometimes.
I have heard that.
Yeah, but it's just like, I think it's cool to have found like people that I can connect with all over the place. Like Becca's in the UK, you and Bert and uh, Sarah are all in California. Sarah, Kate, and Hannah are in Alabama. Um, I've I have like an old internet friends that I met on Tumblr.com when I was in high school.
I
That I've
remember Tumblr.
actually met one of them in person. We just so happened to be going to Disney World on the same weekend, and I was like, "Hey!"
Oh, that's cool.
So that was like, I don't know. It's just really cool just to like, because funnily enough, I connected with those people over One Direction.
No way.
Yeah, and we would just talk all the time on Tumblr, and we just like hung out when we were all in we were both in Disney. I think that was like 8 years ago now. Crazy.
That's a
And
while
then
ago.
I actually met Sarah, Kate, and Hannah a couple years ago, I think. Or No, I think it was like 2019 that I
And
met
these,
them.
Sarah, Kate, and Hannah began as internet friends, and then you guys.
Sarah, Kate, and Hannah are from Bert's. You don't remember them?
Yeah, no, I
Harry and
do.
Sarah.
I do remember them. I was wondering if
Oh
had you
yeah, yeah,
known
yeah.
them
I met
before.
them. I met them through Bert's chat.
Okay, okay. No, I
Yeah.
see. I didn't know that. I thought you guys all knew each other prior to Bert's chat, but I didn't know if you
No.
guys were only like online friends or. So that's really cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
that you guys met in Bert's chat. You guys like were best friends when I like knew all of you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Like
guys just clicked immediately.
yeah, we were Girl Squad.
Girl Squad was awesome.
And yeah, we just because they actually go to college. I think they graduate soon, but they go to college in the same town in Alabama where my best friend from high school moved to.
Okay.
So I was going to visit my best friend, and I was like, "Hey, guys, want to
Hey,
meet
I'm gonna
up?" I
be in
think we went
town.
and got like brunch or something, and we just like I don't know. It was really cool.
That's awesome. How did that go? You guys had brunch. Was it just like you had been friends for ages? Because it's kind of weird to meet somebody in real life for the first time and be like, okay, but you know
Yeah,
I
it
know them,
was.
but
It
I don't really
was.
know them.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of a little awkward at first. I was like, "Hey, Chris, my best friend." I was like, "I'm gonna meet these people that I met on the internet. You want to come?" And they were like, "Sure." Safety in numbers. You never know. But I mean, it was Sarah, Kate, Hannah, and Perry, and like, so we just, of course, a little awkward at first, but then conversation started rolling, and we were laughing and having a really good time. We took a bunch of pictures. There was some where we posed like I was like stealing Sarah Kate away from Perry. It was really funny.
I
But
think
it
I
was a good
remember those. I
time.
want to say Bert looked at them on stream like after you guys got back from the trip or whatever.
Maybe, yeah. I think I posted them on Instagram. I might have posted them to Bert's Discord, before his Discord died.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh yeah. That one so long ago.
but it was really cool.
Well, that's very cool. Um, that that ties into one of my other questions that I wanted to ask is what's one or some of your favorite memories from streaming? I know that's not exactly from your stream, but it ties in. So what's
Yeah.
something that you fondly remember from your streams?
Well, they all kind of just like blur together, but I honestly just really enjoy it when there's people in chat and we're hanging out and just talking. So it's like all of the experience just all together. It's like I really love when people stop by and just hang out with me. I get to know people. It's like it's funny because a lot of times there have been people that have stopped in and like chatted with me for a little while and then I won't see them for a while and they come back and I remember them and they're like, I didn't expect you to remember me. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah, that's a special feeling.
yeah. But I just enjoy all of it really. It's hard to pinpoint a specific moment.
That's a great answer. That's awesome. So it's pretty much positive all the time, or at least that's all you can remember, and that means it's been a good
Mm-hmm.
experience. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. Would you want to make streaming your full time career? Is that something you're interested in? Not necessarily like rushing toward it, but are you interested in doing that, or is it more of a
I don't,
hobby, fun type thing for you?
for me, my personal channel at least, I see it more as like um just having fun and hanging out with people. If it becomes that, it becomes that, but it's not something that is like end all be all. Like I have a career outside of streaming that I'm fostering and growing. It's completely different from streaming, but like what I really want to blow up is the D&D stream that we're doing with my friends because we have put a lot of like our creative energy and time into making that, and it's I don't know. I really think it's something special that we're building together. and I want it to succeed.
That's awesome. We'll have to make sure to blast that out too. I'll need to. I want all the deets so that I
Oh
can
yeah,
give it to everybody.
Becca brought up a good one. I did this cool um
The Harry
trivia
Potter quiz.
challenge. I did a trivia challenge with my community. It was back in July. It was just like, I'm a big Harry Potter nerd, and it was something that I thought would be fun. So I did like all throughout the month of July. I had a daily question that I would ask people in my Discord, and like I would do like a multiple choice answer, and I kept score of like um how many people of each house, because you're in my Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
And like the people that join sort themselves into Hogwarts houses. So I kept score for each house and made it kind of like a house cup
Were they like
kind of
trivia
thing.
questions?
Sorry?
Were they Harry Potter trivia questions?
Yes, they were Harry Potter trivia questions that I
Okay.
wrote all by myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, well, okay, my brother helped me with some of them, and my friend Kyle helped me with some of them. But then at the end of the month, I did finals, or the top three, the people that had answered the most questions correctly, did like a Jeopardy style finals
Oh, that's awesome.
for prizes. So like third place, I think I gifted someone Discord Nitro. Second place, it was like $20, and first place, I gave them like $50.
That's really
It was
cool.
just like a little community activity I did, and I kind of want to make it like an annual thing. Like the whole reason I did it was because this past July was Harry Potter's 40th birthday. So I was like, let's do it. And because I also just have endless amounts of Harry Potter trivia up here. And it's like, I want to know what people know, because like no one knows as much about Harry Potter as I do. It's ridiculous what I know about Harry Potter.
That's awesome. So
But
I
it was
I know from being in your Discord, but what house are you?
I'm a Ravenclaw.
Same.
I mean, I've taken like the Pottermore sorting quiz multiple times, and I've gotten every house. Honestly,
Interesting.
sometimes when people ask me that, I'm just like, "Oh, I'm Hogwarts."
I'm Hogwarts. My house is the entire place.
Yeah, but I identify most with Ravenclaw. So I feel like if Hogwarts were real, and if I were to put the sorting cap on, it would put me in Ravenclaw.
Should we ask? Let's see. Alex says woo Ravenclaws. What's everybody's house? Just as a just for funsies.
I could go into my Discord and tell you a few. Yeah, so right now Slytherin holds the house cup in my Discord. So
Oh,
like
that's not
if you
good.
have the Slytherin roll, you have little like trophies by your house. I'm trying to come up with another like little tournament kind of thing that we could do. I haven't thought of anything yet, but I'll think of something.
Beth is Slytherin for sure. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to buff up on Harry Potter knowledge. We gotta get the. We gotta get the Ravenclaws to win the House Cup next time. Beth is for sure Slytherin. That's awesome.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
My
My
house is the Love Shack.
Love Shack. Wow.
I love that. All right, Kat, let's look at a couple of your clips that you provided to me. This one's called Gingers. Do you wanna lead me in to this, or should we just speak for
Context
itself?
for it?
Yeah.
I think it kind of speaks for itself. You'll
Okay.
see.
Let's give it a look.
Born without souls. Gingers.
Oh my god. Hang on. Hang on.
Children born without souls. Gingers.
That's great.
That was early.
I love
That was early on in my streaming career.
What was that
Gosh.
game?
That was Pillars of Eternity. It's a turn-based RPG.
Okay.
It's a fun game. I never actually finished it.
Oh really?
I tend to do that with some games. I'll just get bored. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this
Fair
anymore.
enough. Yeah, that's
Move
fair.
on.
I think I had a similar experience with Last of Us 2. I started it. Sarah and I were playing it together, and then we like 3 or 4 hours in to like overall gameplay, we were just so emotionally exhausted, we just
Mm.
gave up. We're like, can't do it anymore. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin anything if you guys haven't played it, but like, oh, the beginning of that game is so tough on the old feels.
hmm The Last of Us I started playing and then I got stuck. That tends to be the thing that happens. It's like
Oh, you got
I'll
stuck.
I'll be doing a playthrough of a game, I get stuck and I get frustrated and I can't motivate myself to keep trying to get past the same part over and over.
Where did you get stuck
In which game?
in Last of Us?
Early on. It's kind of embarrassing. I think it was at like a train station or something, but I don't know. I got
I wonder if that's
frustrated.
still in the city. I don't remember. I would have assumed that it would be the hotel basement because that's the worst part of the game. That's like the worst
I really don't
sequence in
remember.
any game ever. It was the most horrifying.
Yeah.
I almost peed myself multiple times. Ah,
The
oh,
underground train
okay.
station. I think
Got
so.
it.
Yeah, there were a bunch of like clickers there, and like you have to. I remember. There's
You have to
just
like
I couldn't.
sneak, and
Yeah,
if you don't have a shiv made and they attack you, then it's just like, all right, well,
then
I
you're
guess I'm dead
screwed.
again.
Yeah, yeah. It gets frustrating after a while.
So this next clip that we're looking at, this is not an RPG. This looks like a Quiplash or a Jackbox.
Yes, because
I just
sometimes
lost
I
everything. Hang
do
on.
like community games, and that was I like to do sometimes if I'm able to. I'll do like a slumber party Saturday kind of thing, where like just hang out with chat in my PJs, a glass of wine. We'll play like multiplayer games or just sit there and chat. I don't
That's
know.
awesome. That's super. That's a really cute idea to have a slumber party with all your online friends. I've never
Fun.
thought of that. That's
It's very
awesome.
fun. Plus, the Jackbox games can get so chaotic,
Oh my
but
god. Let's see. Let's see what we've got here. So this is you guys playing Jackbox, and
yeah. And I have a
What
face
are you
mask
doing in
on.
my swamp?
oh, it's because you've got the face. Okay, I get it. It's because you've got the face mask on. That's
Yes.
awesome.
And a friend of mine actually took that clip, made it an MP3, and then drew a GIF of me as Shrek, and I made that my follower alert
That's
on my
awesome.
stream. Yeah,
That
and
is awesome.
I've done this thing like if I've told everyone if I ever reach 500 followers, I will do a stream in Shrek cosplay.
You guys heard it here first. Let's everybody go bump that follower count up. Everybody make 5 alt accounts and go follow that RPG chick. I need to see this Shrek cosplay stream. All right, last clip we've got Hades. And do I need any context for this one, or do we just play it? I'm gonna just play it.
She's closest to a queen as your lord father's like to find down there. I tried to match him up with some more wholesome types, but no, and here we are.
Shut up, Zeus. You fuck cows.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, these are top tier clips. I love that. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Those are excellent choices.
Yeah. I don't know. Just funny moments. I like making clips, so a lot of times, like, if I'll go through like my friends' VODs or something, or if I'm in their stream and there's like a funny moment, I'll just like make a clip of it. I know that I have a few funny clips from Birch Chat for sure, Birch stream. I don't remember what they are, but I've got them a couple of times.
I think there are how would you say that? They're clips that like go together, like I don't know. It was like a best friend charm bracelet kind of clips from when I think Bert was watching your stream while streaming, like he was like doing something and was checking in with you, and then I think you guys both, somebody clipped from each channel, like you guys talking shit about each other. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
He like went in and started talking to you, and then you said something sassy to him, and he goes, "She's really giving me attitude right now. Like, what the hell?" Then goes and he's like, "I'm gonna," starts typing at you.
I remember that. That's so funny. But a lot of my clips, I noticed I was going through them to find the ones for this. A lot of them were deleted. I think probably for like DMCA stuff. Like there was one.
I wonder, yeah.
Where I was just messing around in this like Kim Possible closet cosplay, and I think that was actually my top clip for a while, and it's gone.
I think I saw that clip. Yeah, I didn't know that was taken out. Is it because was there music in there?
Yeah, I think it was one of the first streams I did. I was doing like a unpacking stream because I just moved, and I had like I had song request on.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, because I think I remember you requesting a few songs, but yeah, and I was just messing around. I was like, why not hang out with chat while I do this? Because I probably won't motivate myself to do it otherwise. But it ended up being kind of fun.
People watching made you work a little harder.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, Kat, I have a possibly difficult question for you. Okay, if you could have a reboot or a remake or a remaster of any game, which game would it be?
Nintendogs for Nintendo Switch.
Nintendogs.
I've been talking about that for ages. I was like, why haven't they made another Nintendogs game? I would get so into it. Like, I played that all the time on my DS.
I remember the DS with Nintendogs. That was... I forgot that I knew about that. You just like...
Just like unlocked some memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
My poor Nintendogs on my DS, they probably are starving to death.
Oh my god, I guess I can. I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. Why haven't they revamped?
It's like a treasure trove that Nintendo has not taken advantage of.
Right?
It's like
there has to be a market for it.
People would not buy that. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
That's awesome. We should start a petition.
Yeah, I can't have a bunch of dogs on myself, so I'll just have a bunch of virtual ones.
It's just as good.
Mm-hmm.
You still get to look at them and be like, "Oh my god, you're so precious, aren't you?"
Like the training with them and stuff, taking them on like the courses and like, oh no.
My favorite was always washing the dogs. I don't know why I liked washing the dog the most, but that was the best part.
Yeah, like you could give the dogs baths, you could take them on walks, you could play with them.
It's really strange to remember that now after not thinking about that for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. But I'm remembering it all now, like it keeps coming in waves. So Nintendogs is the move.
It is. I feel like Nintendo's missing out there. I mean, it's not like they need any more money. They're doing fine. They're doing a bunch of remakes of a bunch of old like Pokemon games and shit anyway. But fill the void. Give us Nintendogs, please.
Maybe it's on the list. Maybe it's like the one guy, at the board meeting is like, did we make a decision on the Nintendogs thing? And they're like, yeah, later. We'll do it later. It's like low. It's low on the priority list. Because yeah, you're right. They are making a bunch of everything's getting like a nice little coat of polish and revamps.
A lot of Pokemon. They've been doing a lot of Pokemon shit. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like I don't hate Pokemon, but at this point, there's just like so many new Pokemon that I can't keep track of them anymore. Like I'll stick to my Gen 3. Like Mudkip is my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like the 151. Good enough for me.
I'll replay like Ruby Red, Emerald Green, Sapphire, like a million times. I at one point in high school, I had like an emulator on my phone, so I would like
That's
sit in
cool.
class and play Pokemon Emerald on my phone.
It's
like
I mean it's
probably very
bigger than a Game
illegal,
Boy
but
now. Your phone is way bigger than the Game Boy ever was, so
yeah.
that's pretty cool. What was it like? Did you have to play sideways, or did it have like
I
a
don't
Game Boy
remember.
like pad? Did you actually have like the digital pad with the buttons?
I think it was like a digital, like on the screen where you could
Like an
move
overlay
around.
on the game, or like did it have like a block of like this? Remember what this used to look like?
I just don't remember.
That's don't worry about it. Moving right along. Kat, who inspires you the most?
Oh jeez, I don't know.
G-
That's a really
uh,
tough
Give me like
question. It's
three.
like
Give me like three.
probably my sister, my brother, and my sister
I like that.
inspire me every day. Um,
That's really sweet.
yeah, and I don't know. I feel like looking back, like if like 16-year-old me were to see where I am now, I try to be the best version of myself for her because I had big dreams when I was young and like it not everything's worked out, but I don't know, I'm just trying to make it through every day, you know.
I respect that a lot. That's a that's a that's a great answer.
Thanks.
That's more than I expected. That's heavy. That's heavy, dude. Um, what are you working on right now that you're proud of? Let's talk about that. We've talked about the D&D stream,
mhm.
so I know you put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, and we've got some big stuff on the horizon there. We're finishing up the like pre-written module campaigns that we've been playing on there for like a year and a half, and we're starting something fresh and new in a few weeks, very soon. It's coming up,
Okay.
and I'm really looking forward to that.
Is it on the hush hush, or you wanna give me a little bit more on what's coming up new?
I don't know how much I can say.
Oh, it's one of okay.
But if you stop by our stream tomorrow, hopefully if it happens, because one of our players didn't wake up this morning. We were supposed to be streaming that this morning, but we'll be doing like an announcement and a little teaser at the end of the session. So
Okay. Definitely gonna need to we'll have to blast that out to everybody. Make sure we get in there and find out what's going on new. When is that Eastern time?
our stream tomorrow,
Yes.
we're doing it like real early. So I don't know. We're doing it like 9 a.m. Eastern time. So it would be like
Oh boy.
6 a.m. But
I may or may not be there.
no, it's okay because you know that teaser we're gonna end up posting it all over the place. So if you don't catch it live, we'll probably have an opportunity to see it. So
Okay.
but
Okay.
forward to it.
Kat, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Just a single word.
Oh. I like the word indubitably.
Indubitably.
It's fun
That's
to
a
say.
great word. Yeah, it is. That's a great word. It's a strong word. It means it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's also kind of goofy too. I feel like most of the time when people say indubitably, they're being kind of like sarcastic.
Posh.
Yeah, like sarcastic posh.
Yeah, kinda. I don't
Indubitably.
know. Indubitably.
There's always a head wag with it.
Yes, I feel like you can't say it without doing that.
You have to. That's the only way to get the word out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about this? Do you want to play this or that?
Sure.
Okay. So this can be super easy, no context, or you can add the context to the question yourself with your answer, however you like. So, it's like rapid fire, quick, this or that's. There are no points, so it's not a test. Everybody like goes back at least once or twice to like change an answer, so feel free. But
Gotcha.
not super dire. So here we go. This or that. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Easy. Rain or snow?
Rain.
Okay.
With thunder.
With
I love
thunder.
thunderstorms.
Okay.
Especially if I can be like lying in bed with a cup of tea and a book.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Rainy, thundery days are the best to be in bed. Hot or iced?
Iced. Coffee.
Iced coffee. Rich or famous? Neither. Okay. How about new or old?
Old.
Okay. Music or podcasts?
Music.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Okay. I think that's the most popular choice so far. Nickelodeon, you the tiebreaker, I think, right now.
Yeah, I mean Nickelodeon's just got all the classics. I reference stuff from Nickelodeon to this day.
Yeah, same. Sweet or savory?
It depends on the day and my mood. What I feel like.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right now?
Right now. Savory? Okay. Keyboard or controller?
Keyboard. Gotten used to it at this point.
Tabasco or Cholula?
Cholula.
Nice. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Instagram or Twitter?
Twitter.
Mountains
Instagram's
or beach?
Bullshit.
Instagram's bullshit.
It's so fake. Everyone is like posting all this shit, and it's like, okay, good for you. You know that your life is shit. Not everyone's that happy all the time. I don't know. Every time I get on Instagram, it's like, granted, I have like my personal Instagram, and then I have like my, ThatRPGChick Instagram, and then I have like Saving Throws Instagram. But every time I get on my personal Instagram, it's everyone posting like wedding pictures, trip pictures, engagement pictures, like all this stuff that it's like I don't care. I really don't.
Yeah, I think I fully agree with that. What about mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Train or plane?
Train.
Dogs or cats?
Cat.
Cats.
Well,
okay.
Both.
Both? I mean, you can say both. It's okay to say both. That's fine.
I mean, I personally have a cat. I love dogs. They're more work.
I really expected you to say dogs because of Nintendogs.
I mean, yes. But those are virtual dogs.
Fair enough. Beer or wine?
Wine.
GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Now this is the controversial question in this or that. Mod or VIP?
It really depends. It's like, because I have mods and I have VIPs both in my chat. It's like with mods, there's kind of an expectation that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like an extra level of trust, but it's also like putting a certain weight on someone. It's like you give them the sword and they've got to live up to it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? VIPs is just like I just give it to my friends, like the people that like I don't expect them to be in chat to keep chat in line. Like if they're in chat at all, it's just good to see them, you know.
Right, it's all the glory with none of the work.
Exactly.
No, but you're totally right. There's definitely like a weight and a like a trust that goes into modding somebody. So,
Mhm.
I agree. Let's see. I've got a couple more questions for you. How are we doing so far? How are we feeling?
I'm really enjoying this. It's nice
Awesome.
chatting
Okay.
with you, hanging out.
Good. Me too. What is the best advice you've ever received? Streaming, creating, life advice? Just what's something that you remember as really great advice that you sort of live by?
Oh man. You asked the question, and every piece of advice I've ever gotten just leaves my brain. I don't really know. Can't think of like a specific like piece of advice from a specific person.
What about like a mantra or a maxim?
I just try to live my life with as much empathy as possible. And just try to remember that everyone is living their own life, and just give people the benefit of the doubt
Wow,
all the time. I don't know.
that's great advice. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
You're one of those bleeding heart people like Sarah.
Yeah, and sometimes it fucking bites me in the ass.
Warm and empathetic. That's a beautiful sentiment though, especially giving people the benefit of the doubt. I like that. That's a nice that's a really nice sentiment. That's well stated and well received. Would you tell me something that most people wouldn't guess about you just from watching your streams?
I don't know what people wouldn't guess about me because I don't know what people think of me.
I guess that's fair. I mean, how about something that you don't really, whether you keep it secretive or yeah, intentionally or not, something that you don't really like talk about on stream, or like I used to be like a star lacrosse player or something like that. Like I wouldn't just guess that from watching streams. I don't really talk about sports with anybody who streams.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like, how do I say something about me without it being like a humble brag in a way?
Oh, we'll do it. That's fine. That's a perfect answer to the question.
I mean, I have 2 bachelor's degrees and an associate's degree.
Wow. That's humble brag away. That's a lot. What are your degrees in?
I have a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science and a Bachelor of Arts in English.
Like
Yeah.
way different ends of the spectrum. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, so you're just like a genius.
I a lot of the time I suffer from like imposter syndrome a lot of the time, where I feel like I haven't earned what I have, and it's like I feel like everything has been handed to me and I'm actually faking it, and I'm not as smart as people think I am. And it's like my brain can be real mean to me sometimes.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I don't see that at all. I at least from what I know about you and from our interactions, I don't think that's grounded. That's kind of that's a baseless brain being a dick to you kind of thing.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
I didn't know that. I would not have I wouldn't have guessed that from you. You're so like kind and wholesome. I would not have expected imposter syndrome. Yeah, that's interesting. I like
Yeah.
I mean I like knowing that about you. But yeah, that's I guess that sucks. That sucks
It
that your
does.
brain
It
does that
does
to
suck
you.
sometimes because it's like there are times where I'm like, um, I'm an absolute idiot and I don't know how I got to where I am. And there's times where like I've worked extremely hard and I've studied for years, and it's like there's no like I have the certificates to prove that I've earned where I am. There's a part of me that keeps telling me that it's like, did you though?
Does that ever come from the outside, or is that always an internal struggle?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I've internalized some things. Like, I was always told that I get my brains from my father. And it's
Okay.
like, I mean, yeah, he's a smart man. But in certain places, I am smarter than him.
Fair
Like,
enough.
he's extremely well versed in political science and he understands the inner workings of our government and economy much better than I ever could or desire to understand. But, when it comes to like chemistry and biology and how things work scientifically, I
Champion right here.
like I don't know.
Well,
It's
that's
all comes down to like mental illness.
yeah, definitely a big especially this past year with I feel like lockdown has affected a lot of people a lot more than they expected. I mean it affected me more than I expected it to affect me. Did
Oh yeah.
lockdown make that worse for you?
I yeah. I work in healthcare,
Okay.
so it's been a uniquely traumatic experience. I like but even then it's like I'm not like a doctor or a nurse working directly with COVID patients, but I have had like my part in like what's been going on
Sure.
that has been hard.
Do you want to or can you are you allowed to go more into that, or do you want
I
to?
mean, I can. It's like, um so last year I was living in Rhode Island, and I had a job as a clinical research assistant in the emergency department of a hospital up there.
Hmm.
And
What does that mean?
when
You're a clinical research assistant, but in an
yes,
emergency, uh, in the ER.
yes. So what I did basically was I screened and enrolled patients in the emergency department for a variety of clinical research studies, and I would enroll them for the studies, um, do like study procedures with them and all that kind of stuff. But when the lockdown started and everything, all of our studies were put on hold because the ED was where everyone was going with COVID symptoms. So um, we were given an opportunity to do a temporary position as a patient screener instead of the clinical research position. So what we did was we would screen people coming into the hospital, um,
And what are
into
you
like
screening them for?
COVID symptoms, whether they need to be in the hospital or not. Like it was it was ever changing, like the um, like protocol and who we were allowing into the hospital. Like at first, we would allow like one non-patient to accompany a patient to, um, if they had an appointment, and then after that, it was just patients only. Like, if you don't need to be in the hospital, you cannot get into the hospital. And there was a time where a woman came crying into the main entrance saying that her cousin had been in an accident and she needed to get to the ER because he was dying. And I said, I'm sorry, I cannot allow you into the hospital.
Oh, that's very tough.
Yeah. And it's like it killed a little part of me every time I had to turn someone away.
Yeah, I can't imagine, but that sounds like, yeah, that sounds kind of soul crushing to have to be that person, to be like, no, you can't go see your dying person because that's just, we're not letting anybody else in unless you have to be in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's really rough.
And with end of life, we would only allow 2 visitors, and they were like on a visitors list. And there was one woman who, her children were the 2 visitors allowed on the list, but then her brother showed up.
Oh no.
We couldn't let him in, and he was like, I just want to go pray for my sister. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to do it from FaceTime.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That sucks. Is it getting any better at the hospitals, or
Well, I
or
have
do you know?
since left that position.
Okay.
Yeah, I was not in a good mental state in Rhode Island, so I moved back down to Florida to be with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And the new job that I have now is I don't have as much direct interaction with COVID patients, particularly. Like, I'm kind of basically doing the same job, but it's for like internal medicine studies, more cardiology and nephrology and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So
I
it has
recognize the
not
word
been that bad.
cardiology. What is nephrology?
Kidney medicine.
Kidney medicine. Okay.
Mhm.
I thought that. No, never mind. I thought a different word was for the kidneys. But then
It's kind of like nephrology and endocrinology a little bit, or both. But endocrinology is more, I think.
That's not the word I was looking for either. I thought it was.
No.
Maybe nope. I'm thinking. I think I'm just thinking urine or urology.
Yeah, that would be your bladder.
Well, it connects to the kidneys though.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, everything connects if you think about it.
Well, I mean, fine. Renal is what I was thinking of. Sounds like urine.
Yeah.
But
you
that's
like your renal glands and stuff. But...
yeah, that's not the study. Anyway, so nephrology is kidney medicine, and you're doing cardiology, nephrology. Did you say there was another area with your internal medicine?
No, and I actually tend to focus more on the cardiology studies.
Okay. Does that include your lungs, cardiology, or is that mostly heart?
It's your heart. Your
just
lungs
straight
is
up your heart.
pulmonology.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Interesting.
It is. Science is cool.
Whenever I've heard cardiology, I just expect it to be the same thing as cardio at the gym. So, like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, cardio is good for your heart.
So, is this position doing the internal medicine? Is that like a lot better than Rhode Island? Or...
It is, yeah. Because yeah, we had like a really weird schedule with like the ED and working weird hours, and it was never very routine, and it was tough. My mental health with that too. So I've gotten more into a routine. Plus, I'm back closer to my family, so I'm not as isolated,
and that's always good.
Yeah, because I fall back on my family a lot of the time for a lot of things. Like, I depend on them, and they're a big part of my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's good that you're closer to them then. Well, I mean that's definitely a lot more than I expected to not know about you just by watching your stream. That's a lot. I had no idea that you were so like, well, you were basically right there on the front line for a bit. Never would have known that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for listening.
Of course. I don't particularly have any more questions for you. Do you want to end on any specific thing? Do you have closing thoughts? Have we not talked about something important that you want to talk about?
No, not particularly. I mean,
Okay.
I've just really enjoyed getting to hang out with you and talk to you and everything. I appreciate you inviting me to do this with you and thinking of me and everything.
Yeah, of course. I am thrilled that you agreed to be on the show. I'm thrilled that anybody wants to be a part of this. It's wonderful. This is very fun to get to know people that I say that I know from the internet, and now I feel like I know you a bit better.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of our lovely friends may have learned a little bit more about you as well.
Blue and Bethany want to talk more.